Hi everyone, it's Shay. I just wanted to take a short walk today and do like a video. I tried to do it a couple times and it just doesn't quite seem to work out, and I'm gonna try really hard not to delete this attempt. My dog Bella passed away a few days ago, and I've had her for years, and it's just been really hard for me. I thought that I could do better and that I could handle this a lot better, but unfortunately, that's not been the case. I'm very concerned with Brucifer because they've been together for 10 years. And I'm just very concerned with him right now and having to. They were companions, but she was my main companion, and I know it's silly, but I live alone. And she's who I talk to all day. You know, besides you guys. And she was 12 and a half, and I got her when she was 5 weeks old. Her name was Annabella Billabong. She was a half bull mastiff, half blue nose pit. And she was just a very excellent dog. And I don't mean to bum you guys out. I'm having a really hard time even walking around my house. I can't sit in my chair because that's where she would sit with me, and I've just been laying down a lot and trying to just. The weather's been not very good. And today, I just looked. It was raining a little bit ago, and I looked out and I saw that it was a little bit of blue sky. There's a lot of clouds in the surrounding. So I have this little break. So I thought I would just try to get a little bit of fresh air and try to, remember that there are lots of beautiful things in the world. Anyway, it's just really hard for me. I thought I would be doing better than this. Because usually I'm pretty tough. I'm not a sissy la. But dang it, I really loved her. She had her kidneys quit working, they couldn't figure it out. And we spent a lot of money, everything I had. And there's just nothing that they could do, and even the vet was choked up and felt bad, and she was healthy in every other way. He thinks maybe it was just old age. I don't know. Anyway, the wind's picking up. I'm using my Dome umbrella. It's one that I've had for years, but I really like it because I bought it at a thrift store for $7 in Coos Bay at the Goodwill. They had a whole bunch of them. They were brand new. And it was really raining that day. And I was like, normally, I'm not an umbrella person. Not usually. This was years ago. Like 2012 or 13 or something like that. And for some reason,
I rarely have any extra money, but that day I really didn't find much, and it was so nasty out, and I'd never owned one of these kind of umbrellas before. You know, usually just get them as those littler ones as gifts, and then they break as soon as a good strong wind comes. So I bought it, and it's been a really good umbrella. I really like it. It has a really nice hook on it, which I never thought was like a really big deal until I saw this one drunk guy just attack this innocent guy on the side of that was like just out of nowhere. It was weird. The craziest thing. It happened in Roseburg. I was dropping off some paintings and at this lady's house. I didn't know her, and there was nobody out there, and we were chatting, and we looked out and we saw that this one gentleman was stopped and was like messing around with this car, and then this other guy in this big old nasty looking truck started. He was like driving up and down the street, and at first we didn't notice anything, like other than the fact that he was driving recklessly up and down the street. And then he parked and like at this over at somebody's house, and we thought that he just went into that person's house. And then the next day, we see him sneaking through her other neighbor's yard, and I didn't know her. I didn't know if this was like common in her neighborhood or what. And we were both watching this as we were chatting, and he just came out of nowhere and jumped on this guy that was just messing around. And this guy that was messing around with this car, it was an older car, but it was so well taken care of. Like, it wasn't a classic, but you can tell that it was well taken care of. Like, it was like a decent dude. And this guy, drunk guy, is just trying to fight him, and the decent looking dude was like throwing his hands up saying, whoa, mister, I don't know you. And like he was being polite, while this drunken guy is just like acting like a psycho, attacking him. And like he was working his way, like trying to get the guy away from his car. So apparently the car was meaningful to him, and he would rather be beat up away from the car. And so he keeps dancing around. The guy's drunk. I mean, he's so drunk. And I think that the one decent dude recognized it right off the bat and was like just dodging his swings and tiring out the drunk. But he stumbled a little bit, and then the drunk guy had gotten a hold of him. And at this point, I had told her, you need to call the police. And I had my umbrella on me. And so I just walked out her yard, and it was just like barely a kitty corner across the street. And I hooked the drunk guy around the neck with my umbrella and just yanked him with all 108 pounds of my body strength. I'm telling you, another soul stepped inside of my body and gave me some muscles, because I yanked that guy so freaking hard, and he went down instantly. And then there's not a point. There's a tip on this thing, but it's a big plastic one. And so I just jabbed him in the side with it, flipped the umbrella around, and just stuck him in the knocked the wind out of him. And then he laid there, and we could hear sirens coming. And like that was it. But you know, like I probably shouldn't have gotten involved, but this was like, I don't know, 2013, 14 when this incident happened. And you know, in the end, after the police came and everything, it was mistaken identity. The drunk gentleman had mistaken this other gentleman for somebody completely different. And it was only the car that was throwing him off. So I don't know. Anyway, thank you guys for the slight distraction. I kind of needed that for a minute. It's so weird how I'm so... Anyway, I'll try to do a video again, like, in a couple days or something. Alright, thank you. Love you all, bye.